So what's the minimum effective dose to actually stay in shape? So hey, my name is Edward. I've been building businesses for years. I've been traveling. I've been obsessing over systems, psychology, self-improvement, all of that. And this whole channel is just me getting my ideas out and trying to become more articulate. And in the process, I hope that you learn something as well. So let's just jump into it. So this one is actually something that I don't like talking about that much because I feel like this is a very I don't like the framing of the topic. So what's the minimum effective dose to stay in shape? I would argue that you need to reframe this and say, if my goal is to stay in shape, what is my actual goal? Is my goal staying in shape? And what does in shape actually mean? So you'll have to figure out, is staying in shape, is that being under a certain amount of body fat? Is it eating in a certain way? Is it training a certain amount per week? Because if you don't define these things, then you don't know what the actual target is. And that's why I don't really like the framing of the question, because if you say staying in shape means so vastly different things for everybody. For me, staying in shape means that I have to work out every single day. I have to pay attention to everything I eat. I have to develop all my different physical skills and abilities. But for somebody else, that is completely out of context. That is not something that they need at all. Because for me, I want to be a complete and a freak of nature athlete, which means that I have to always be on it. But for somebody else that just wants to be in shape, they have to define, what does be in shape mean? Does it mean benching 100 kilos? Because some people define it like that. Or does it mean something else? If you have these goals already set up for you, then the easiest way to figure out what the minimum viable dose is for your supplementation of your goal is to just work your way backwards. So if your goal is to be under 12% body fat, you can actually just change your diet and that's it. You don't need to work out. But if you want to do it faster, you'll add some workouts in as well. So that is the first thing that I want to just clear the air, say I don't like this question, I don't like the framing of it, and I would like to reframe it. However, if you're curious what I think, if I would talk about this for me, then I would say the minimum dose that I need to stay in shape is I need to work out every single day. That is a non-negotiable because it gives me so much energy. It makes me so much more confident. It just helps with anything. I cannot see a reason why you wouldn't work out every single day. For me, that is the minimum viable thing to stay in shape. On top of that, I would have to make sure that I develop all of my physical abilities. If you're interested in anything of this, you should check out my other YouTube channel called Movosophy. In there, I talk about all the 7 physical abilities. I talk about every single thing that has to do with working out and fitness and my philosophy around it. So that's the place to be if you want to watch more of that. And at the end of the day, that is what facilitates my minimum dose towards my goal, would be to do those things that I just explained, like working out every day and all that kind of stuff. Because my goal is way higher or more ambitious than somebody that just wants to be under a certain level of body fat, but they don't really care about their athletic performance. So with this, I hope that you understand that I don't like the framing of the question. And I think it's a bad question all in all. But hopefully you get a little bit of an insight to what I mean when I say that you have to define all of these things so you can actually figure it out for yourself. If you don't want to figure it out for yourself, or maybe you have a similar goal to me, then you now know how I think about it, what I think for myself, and you can take that with you. And also, if your goal is way, way under what my goal is, maybe this gives you a little bit of motivation to try to step up your goal and see if you can do more.